Mike, if this secondary would get tested, especially as the game progressed. Well, we didn't have to wait very long. I mean, a big play early, and we got ourselves a 6-0 ball game.
Dicker, good with the extra point. And the Buccaneers are out to a 7-0 lead here in this divisional playoff matchup. Seven 0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Here's a first carry for their running back, and a minimal gain here, only to about the 31. Here's a 2nd and 9.
Here we go, set.
They'll motion their tight end Johnson. Throwing on 2nd down is McCarthy. Short pass taken in by the tight end.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. McCarthy from the gun here on 3rd down. Catch made right side by Thomas. That's his first grab of this divisional round matchup, and it's good for the 1st down as well.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
The motion man is Nakua. McCarthy now to throw on 1st and 10. And that screen slow to develop, and they rally to the ball and stop him. That will be no gain on the screen.
It's a really good job defensively. The key is you don't want your defensive linemen to overcommit to rushing the passer, and you don't want your linebackers in secondary dropping too deep defending the pass. In this case, all 3 levels played disciplined, good football with good vision. That's why they're able to stop him for no gain.
Throwing again is McCarthy. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
To the air on 3rd down is McCarthy. And that ball out of reach toward the sideline. It'll be an incompletion.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
So that one's going to land out of bounds, and the official's going to mark it right at the 20-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. Second down and 8. Putting the tight end in motion. Mahomes now on second down. That's into traffic, but taken in. Inside the 30. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 78 yards. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. What a luxury to have in an offense, a tight end who can take it down the field like that and take it the distance. Shades of Greg Olsen back in the day.
Well, I appreciate that, Mike, but I think it's clear by now that we all know what's the most impactful position on offense. It's the tight end. And when you have a guy like this who can not only make those difficult catches underneath, but who can get down the field for these big plays, man, you got yourselves a weapon.
After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. They'll begin here on the ground. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll run for the first time with their fullback. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up 3rd down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
3rd and 2, and here's McCarthy. Got his man. It's complete to Thomas. 20 yards on that pass play. 1st down, Giants.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important. Mike, everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
On 1st down, they'll run it on the draw. And he's going to struggle to get back to the line, maybe a yard. Way Walker, the linebacker, on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll motion their tight end Johnson. McCarthy to the air. That'll be intercepted. Picked off by their rookie 1st-round pick. And they extend the lead. The defense joining the party. A pick 6 for a touchdown. Greg, they are extending this lead out.
Yeah, now you've just seen both sides just make their impact felt here in the first half. The offense has done their part, and now it's the defense that is able to capitalize on the turnover and take it all the way back for the pick 6.
Dicker now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Bucs will take themselves to a 21-0 lead. After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for 1st and 10. Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. Now a ball deep, middle of the field, and he's down inside the 40-yard line. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. They'll motion their tight end Johnson. A handoff here, up the middle. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. One quarter down in this NFC divisional round matchup. The Bucs have the early lead. We're back to upstate New York in just a moment. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
To throw, it's McCarthy. That's hauled in on the left by Nakua. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. Setting up to throw is McCarthy. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
As this offense continues to put anything together and score some points, they need to just take a step back. Then you say, okay, we've struggled here in the first half putting points on the scoreboard. Don't worry about chasing points. Let's chase first downs. Let's chase completions. Just start building something small. And oftentimes when you take that approach, it snowballs, and next thing you know, you find your groove.
On 4th down, here's McCarthy. He's got a man. That's Nakua. Complete. And he's going to have the Giants' 1st down. That'll be a gain of 15 on 4th down.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins. And it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline. So as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. A handoff as they try to run it here. And a spirited run there, somehow managing to gain a couple of yards. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Here's a designed run.
And these are body blows on any defense. This quarterback has the ability to make guys miss and do a lot of damage in the run game. And that's a nice pickup there.
they keep this drive rolling. Here is 3rd and inches. The defense all over that. Met him in the backfield, stopped in his tracks, and it sets up 4th down.
Behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 yards. It's 4th down.
And the Giants here will use the first of their timeouts. The field goal unit on the sideline. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down. They'll go. Here's McCarthy. That is incomplete. They took a chance throwing it on 4th and short, but not to be, and they'll turn it over on downs.
And here we have a real gutsy call here, Mike, early in this game offensively. I think you're giving up a surefire field goal attempt, but at the same time, you're demonstrating to your players, hey, offense, I have a lot of trust in you, and let's see if they have this same approach as the rest of this game plays on.
Yellow. Yellow.
The drive will start on the ground. And a good push defensively. They're going to get him down back at the 10.
Well, there hasn't been a whole lot for this crowd to be excited about on either side of the ball, but at least now the defense is trying to be that spark. Nice tackle for loss there. Can they do something to build upon to try to get this team going?
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. Got a man left side. It's caught. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line. They'll turn and hand this one off. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. Mahomes now to throw. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
Finally, this defense has been searching for a big play after giving up 2 touchdowns on the previous 2 drives. They're going to need more of that. They have to find more impactful plays that end drives and get the ball back to their offense.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Now a shot here, deep middle. He's got it! And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25.
And this offense is now really on the move, Mike, and it's the passing game that's leading the way. They've been able to march their way downfield thanks to this aerial attack, so don't expect them to go to the ground game anytime soon. If I'm this play caller, I'm continuing to lead on this, not only in this drive, but probably for the rest of this game.
He'll be taken down. That is a gain of 15, and now it's 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
2 minutes remain here in this first half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. Well, here's the chance to cap off a great half. They have it 1st and goal. Here's a run. Down to the 4. It'll be 2nd and goal. Now a timeout, Giants. That is their 2nd. Inside the 5, it is 2nd and goal. Now a give on the ground, and he'll get about halfway there. That's a gain of 2, down to the 2. The backfield empty here for 3rd and 2. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. That one, take it in, middle of the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A 3rd touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10.
7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Set. Go.
From the shotgun, it's a throw for McCarthy. He's going to tuck it and go. You can't beat a running quarterback. Gain of 16 and a 1st down.
Mike, the defensive line rush plan is critical when you're playing quarterbacks like this. You have to keep him contained in the pocket, because the second he gets out of the pocket, we can see what happens.
Let's go now.
Throwing here on 1st and 10 is McCarthy. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. And sometimes he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
On 2nd down, here's McCarthy. That's to the right side and incomplete.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
After back-to-back incompletions, they now face 3rd down and 10. From the gun, here's McCarthy. That finds Nakua along the sideline. And we'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. Unbalanced look here to the right side on 1st and 10. To the air once more is McCarthy. That is caught. And he's in. Touchdown, New York. Well, that is a step in the right direction, finding the end zone. I don't know, Greg, could this be building some momentum for these guys, and that's important before halftime?
Absolutely, and I think the biggest thing this coach is trying to get across right now on the sideline, Mike, is let's just cut into this lead and let's make it a one-score game at half. So they still got some work to do, but if they can go into halftime, regroup, catch their breath, just keep it close, give yourself a fighting chance here out of the break.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. He fields it at the 8. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Throwing is Mahomes. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
They send the tight end in motion. On 2nd down, Mahomes. He's going to let this one go for Worthy. And he'll be out of bounds, but they move it down to the 25-yard line. A huge play just before the half. 45 yards. On 1st down, it's Mahomes. Quick throw, taken in. Now they are in business. Inside the 15-yard line.
You find yourself in these 2-minute drills, Mike. They're pretty critical moments in the game. They go a long way to deciding the outcome. So it makes a lot of sense. You start looking for your top target, and he comes through for him there.
Throwing again. It's nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. Timeout here, Tampa Bay. That is their 2nd, as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. The pressure gets there again, and again he goes down. The Buccaneers forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this first half. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long.
Hey, 43, 43, 15. Hey, 43. Easy.
Mahomes back. He's going to let this one go deep. That is hot. What a throw. Touchdown, Buccaneers. He is shining in this postseason spotlight. That's his 2nd touchdown of the game. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start to this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer. Because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. He'll let this one go deep down the right sideline.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out, go up for an offensive rebound, and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
He'll try again here. Second and 10. Now McCarthy. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Divisional Round matchup as we get you down to Florida, Orlando specifically. For the coaches, Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach. Thank you. Two very different halftime speeches by these head coaches, that's for sure, as we get set for half number 2. We are set for the second half kickoff. One of these teams ready to book a date in the NFC Championship game next week. And we are back at it with the third quarter. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. Play action now. It's McCarthy. That's over the middle and intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead. Now a run on first down. And he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. Zion McCollum there on the tackle. Mahomes from out of the pistol. He'll throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. Here's a third down and 4. Mahomes. He'll let this go towards the end zone. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down. Dicker's kick is good. And the Bucs will extend their lead.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's a touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10.
Here we go, set. Warrior 70. Go.
Off the play fake, it's McCarthy. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Setting up to throw is McCarthy. Looking middle of the field, it's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
And up until this point, we haven't seen a lot go their way, but here in the third quarter, they're starting to find some plays. They're starting to get some opportunities. Just got to ask yourself if it's too little, too late.
On first and 10, it's McCarthy. Now a short one caught by the tight end Johnson.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. McCarthy gonna look to throw again. Going left side down the field, and it's complete. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back.
That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Touchdown, Giants.
All week we're going to see this play be run over and over as a highlight of the quarterback and the receiver. But, Mike, the part that people don't give enough credit to, in order to get a downfield shot, you have to have time. And what a great job by the offensive line, allowing the quarterback to be comfortable enough in the pocket. Let those deeper routes develop, be on time and accurate with the ball. And that's why this play is going to be a highlight all week. Let's give the big guys up front some credit.
The Giants will line up for the two-point conversion.
Buffalo 18.
To throw once more, here's McCarthy. That is caught, and they get the two-point conversion.
Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll come up here, first and 10. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. Now he'll air one out. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's second down.
How often do we see teams kind of nurse these big leads, Mike, especially as the game unfolds? They turn to the ground game. They try to slow everything down. Well, not this offense. They refuse to take their foot off the gas. They're still mining for explosive plays. And frankly, with the way today's gone, I don't blame them.
Attack, attack.
Mahomes looking to throw on second down. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
Third and long for Mahomes. He's going to let this one go for Worthy. And penalty flags come in as it winds up Incomplete, but no doubt there was contact there.
Yellow. 15.
Following the penalty, they'll run it. Changing direction there as he's able to pick up 3. Second and 7. Now a give, but here comes the reverse. Can he get away? No! He's taken down behind the line. Good job by the defense with a negative play.
This is a play we've seen this offense have success with in the past, but here you have to wonder if they maybe tipped their hand a bit because that one went nowhere.
Tight end going in motion here. Mahomes going to throw here on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far. So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Here's 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
From the shotgun, it's a throw for McCarthy. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
That's his first grab of this divisional round matchup, and it's good for the 1st down as well. To throw is McCarthy. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Throwing again is McCarthy. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. 6 catches for him in the ball game now, and this one's good for a 1st down.
Throwing with anticipation, it not only requires the confidence in both your accuracy and the timing, but it also forces the receiver to be on time and where the quarterback expects you to be. And this is one of those examples, man, when those two things are
to the goal line and in. Brian Thomas. Touchdown, New York.
We were talking during the break, Mike. We felt that this was kind of a do-or-die drive. They felt like they needed to come away with the touchdown here, and now they're showing a little life.
Yeah, a little bit of belief, don't you think? Everyone on that field knows they've been a part of a comeback before. It's a pretty big mountain, but a good way to get started here to begin this half. Their head coach, 2 fingers in the air. They'll say no to the extra point. Go for 2. They're going to motion the tight end over here. To the air once more is McCarthy. To the end zone. It's intercepted.
I'm always curious how a defense is going to respond. So you give up a touchdown, you give up 6, and now the offense is trying to extend it to 8. How are you going to buckle down? How are you going to hang in there? In this case, let's give them a little credit. Keep those 2 off the board, and they can come to the sideline and regroup.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. First down throw, Mahomes. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. A pickup there of 28 yards.
Now this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
Giants 21.
First and 10 for Mahomes. He's going to let this one go for Worthy. And he has got this one all the way down to the 2-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
A couple of big plays, one after the other, and now it's first and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's going to get stopped in the backfield. He'll take him down at the 3-yard line.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
Back up to the 3. It's second and goal. They'll go with him again. And he will fight his way to the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. And that touchdown probably, Greg, ends any small hopes of a comeback on the other side.
Yeah, and I think those chances, Mike, were small to begin with, but with that last score, I think this one is pretty much over.
Point after now from Dicker. It's up and through. And the Bucs will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Set to go now on first and 10.
Here we go, set. Ready.
Looking to throw. McCarthy. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. Can't ask for much more. 22 yards on the first play of the drive.
You know, it's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the fourth quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down. In motion comes Thomas. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the gain to nothing. For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. He's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Here's a 3rd and 10. Throwing now, it's McCarthy. There's that man again. Another catch. Catch number 7 so far in this one. And a first down.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
To throw, it's McCarthy. Throw, left side, that's Johnson. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on first down. Here's 2nd and 3 to go.
Let's go now.
Here's McCarthy. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
They'll try and throw it with McCarthy. And he'll take it on in. Touchdown, New York. He is shining in this postseason spotlight. That's his 2nd touchdown of the game. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. At least it'll pay off with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
Now, a 2-point conversion attempt coming. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. And he'll get into the end zone and get this one a couple of points closer.
Everything's about matchups, especially down here this close to the goal line. I think my guy's better than your guy. I'm going to put him in a position to have success, throw it up to him, and let him do the rest.
With down 3 scores and it's late, they're going to need a few bounces to go their way. They'll start right here trying to get an onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
If they don't come up with this, the game is over. But now, anything can happen. You've got plenty of time, down 3. The first job, make sure you at least get the ball in field goal range to force overtime. But if the opportunity presents, try to win this thing in regulation.
Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for 1st and 10. From the gun, here's McCarthy. A toss, left side, caught by his running back.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard.
19 tight, 19 tight.
Now McCarthy. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And he'll be brought down after a short pickup, but that is enough for a first down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Here we go, here we go.
On 1st and 10, it's McCarthy. This throw left side, taken in by Johnson.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5.
Here we go, sack. Track at 60. Warrior 70.
Setting up to throw is McCarthy. The open man is Nakua. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Now he'll run. So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this.
Okay, break.
2nd and a yard. He'll look to throw. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And he's going to be out of bounds. It's just beyond the line of scrimmage. That's all they needed to pick up the first down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Throwing right, it's taken in. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is. I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Ball sitting at the 7. 1st and goal. They'll motion their tight end Johnson. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
They went for it all on that one and just a little bit off. Ball winds up hitting the ground. They've got to move forward. The opportunities are out there. Better execution, better location, and they got some big plays in their future.
Try it again here from the 7-yard line. 2nd down and goal.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
They'll motion their tight end Johnson. McCarthy to the air on 2nd down. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
That was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points, Mike. He got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated him from the ball.
They're in 4-down territory for sure, But what can they do on this one? It's 3rd and goal. McCarthy from the gun here on 3rd down. It is brought in the end zone. Brian Thomas. Touchdown, Giants. He is shining in this postseason spotlight. That's his 2nd touchdown of the game. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
This one not quite over, but down a couple of scores. We're going to get an onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
Well, we knew, Mike, this was going to take a miracle. All they needed to do was recover this, score, recover another one, score again. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen, and this game's all but over.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Putting the tight end in motion. They'll drop to throw. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw when the pass is incomplete.
I think that play probably results in a completion if that protection just holds up a little bit longer. It was that initial pressure in the face of the quarterback that forced him to get rid of that ball a little bit earlier than he wanted. Disrupts that timing, ruins the play.
And they'll take this down inside the 35.
This is the moment in the game, Mike, where it really matters to have a run game. You find yourself winning here late. You want to try to run the clock out and finish with the ball. And boy, do they ever. Give credit to this offensive line and running back. They came through when their team needed them the most.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5. It's a gain of 26, and it'll set up 1st and goal. So, a win here for the visiting Bucks. They are able to do something that's not easy to do. Get a win away from home in the playoffs. For their troubles, got a date next Sunday for the conference championship game. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.